Hello students, in my last video I finished explanation of lesson 4 from the diary of Anne Frank by Anne Frank. Today in this video I am going to summarize the chapter and I will discuss all the question answer and exercises. Okay, so let us begin. So in this lesson from the diary of Anne Frank, Anne talks about being lonely and having no one to talk to despite being surrounded by a family around 30 people whom she called her friends. Thus, she takes the decision of writing her feelings in a diary. It is usual for her to write in a diary, but she is really in need of a true friend. Thus, she decides name her diary Kitty, and unlike other people, she is not going to mention just facts in her diary. She starts with writing her background to make it easier to understand for everyone who reads it later. She describes her family and early childhood when they all migrated, her early schooling. After giving a brief account of her background, she comes to the present day, where she tells us about the result day. Everyone in the class is nervous about their result. The boys are even making bets. Anne was quite sure that herself and her friends, she had a good equation with all the teachers except her maths teachers, Mr. Keesing, who was constantly annoyed at her for her talking habits. Thus, he started giving her punishments in the form of essays on strange topics, weird topics such as chatterbox, to which she replied with full wit. She wrote essays that were funny and explained that this was a trait that she inherited from her mother and not much could be done about it. She kept on giving her essays until she wrote a satire. She used to write a satire, but Mr. Keesing used to keep on giving her essays. After that third and last assignment, Mr. Keesing never pointed her out for talking. He himself started making fun. He himself had become a person who started enjoying her essays, and also he used to share her essays which she used to write. So it was all about the chapter. So now today we are going to discuss answers to all the questions. First, I will ask some questions from oral comprehension, but it is not oral comprehension for you. You have to write all question answers in your book. In your notebook. Okay. Look at page number 51. Page number 51. Oral comprehension check first. Oral comprehension check first. Page number 51. What makes writing in a diary a strange experience for Anne Frank? So, what makes writing in a diary a strange experience for Anne Frank or Anne Frank? So, as Anne described in the chapter, it was the first time Anne was writing in a diary. She felt that later no one would be interested in reading about the thoughts of a young girl, of a school girl. So both these facts made it a strange experience for her. First, she was thinking, she was writing her diary first time, and second, she was feeling that no one would be interested in reading about the thoughts of a young girl. Okay, so these two facts made writing a diary strange experience for her. Now question number 2. Why does Anne want to keep a diary? So why does she want to keep a diary? So as Anne had no friends whom she could confide, so that's why she decided, and in order to share the secrets, she decided to write a diary. So how you would be writing this answer? So Anne wanted to keep a diary and write in it because she had a lot of was going on in her head. She had no friend with whom she could talk or share about such personal stuff, about such personal feelings. Thus, she decided to maintain a diary. Thus, so that is why she decided to write a diary. Question number 3. Why did Anne think she could confide more in her diary than in people? So why did Anne think she could confide more in her diary than people? Why did she think so? So according to Anne Frank, paper has more patience than people. She chose to confide more in her diary because she felt there was no friend who could listen to her with enough patience, and if she would talk to paper, it means she would write on paper. So paper is not going to be bored, and the things which she would be writing on paper, it would not be going to anyone for sharing it. So first she could trust on the diary that it would not share her secrets to anyone, and second one is the paper has more patience than people. So that's why she chose to confide more in her diary. Okay. Now comprehension check 2. Let us move on. Yes, oral comprehension check 2. Why does Anne provide a brief sketch of her life? So why does Anne tells us a brief sketch of her life? What was the reason behind it? So as we have gone through the story, the chapter, that Anne feels it would be strange to just simply jot down facts, just simply write down fact about giving her background. Okay, In case someone might read it in future, so he or she the readers won't be able to understand, okay, the stated facts. So that's why she decided to provide a brief sketch of her life. So that's why she did not want to write a diary in a systematic way as people used to write in a monotonous way. Okay, she wanted to make it interesting. So that's why she decided to provide a brief sketch of her life. Next, what tells you that Annie loved her grandmother? So what tells you that Annie loved her grandmother? Yes, when her grandmother passed away, so she lit one extra candle in order to give pay her grandmother homage. So this shows that she loved her grandmother very much. Also she mentions about her grandmother in her diary. So these things reveal that she loved her grandmother very much. So the most important point which proves it, so when her mother passed away, she lit a candle in memory of her grandmother in order to pay homage to her. So that's why it shows that she used to love her grandmother very much. Moving to the next question, next comprehension check. It is at page number 54. Why was Mr. Keesing annoyed with Annie? What did he ask her to do? So as in the story, we have read that in this chapter, as Annie mentioned that Annie used to talk in the class. So as she was talkative, so it made Mr. Keesing annoyed. So how would you be you would be writing this answer? Mr. Keesing was Annie's maths teacher. He was annoyed with her because she would not stop talking during his lectures, as a result of which he gave her assignments as punishment. He used to give her write essays on different topics as punishments. Okay. Question 2. How did Anne justify her being a chatterbox in her essay? So how did she justify her being a chatterbox in her essay? So when she was given to write an essay on chatterbox, she explained that she got that habit of speaking too much from her mother, mentioning that it was inherited. It was an inherited trait. So thus she supports being a chatterbox. Do you think Mr. Keesing was a strict teacher? Do you think Mr. Keesing was a strict teacher? So what do you think? Was he a strict teacher? So how can we answer? Yes, some at some extent he was a strict teacher. That's why he used to give an extra assignments when she would talk in the class. So his this trait proves that he was a strict teacher, but later when he had gone through the funny essay written by Annie, so he changed his mindset and uh, started enjoying Annie's essays, and he also started sharing it in other class. So initially he was a strict teacher. Okay, so you can say that yes, I think he was a strict teacher. Okay, what made Mr. Keesing allow Anne to talk in the class? So what was the reason? Because of that Mr. Keesing allowed Anne to talk in the class. Next, what made Mr. Keesing allow Annie to talk in class? Okay, what was the reason because of which Mr. Keesing allowed Annie to talk in the class? So yes, when she received the last assignment, which was as a punishment, writing an essay, so she wrote that essay, humorously, and which was also quite logical. Her last essay was written humorously and it was also logical. She gave a logical reason in it. So that is why finally her maths teacher, Mr. Keesing, allowed her to talk in class. Okay, so let us discuss thinking about the text. Was Annie right when she said that the world would not be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old girl? Was Annie right when she said that the world would not be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old girl? So how can we answer this question? Was she right? Yes, of course, because she was a 13-year-old girl. So as she was a common girl, so no one would want to know her feelings. So that is why she thought that no one would read her diary letter. So how you would be writing this answer? So you would be writing this way: yes, Anne was right in thinking that the world would not be interested in the musings of a 13-year-old girl, as she was a common girl. No one would want to know her feelings, and so no one would read her diary. This was the reason for not reading her diary. Question number 2. There are some examples of diary or journals entries, journal entries in the before you read section. Compare these with what Annie writes in her diary. What language was the diary originally written in? What language was the diary originally written in? In what way is Annie's diary different. So there are some examples of diary or journal entries in the before you read section. So compare these with what Annie writes in her diary. What language was the diary originally written in? In what way is Annie's diary different? As students, Annie also mentions in the chapter that she did not want to write a diary in a monotonous or traditional way. She wanted to write, which seemed to be real. After going through the diary, it would seem to be real. So that is why she decided to write it differently. So how would be writing it? So you may answer this question. So Annie's diary was actually written in Dutch. Her diary is different from that of others on various aspects. She had named her diary Kitty. She thought of it as her only true friend. She could confide in Kitty. She treated it as another person because, according to her, paper has more patience than people. She started by writing Dearest Kitty and ended the account by writing Yours Anne. So it was very different, the way people used to write and the way we have read before you read section, and we have seen that it seemed to be monotonous. Okay, so it has been written in traditional way, traditional method. But when Annie starts writing a diary, so she considers her diary her friend, and regard her diary by calling it Kitty. So she starts writing her diary with the Dear Kitty, and at the end of her diary she writes Yours Annie. So it was totally different from the traditional writing. Okay, next one. Why does Annie need to give a brief sketch about her life? Does she treat Kitty as an insider or an outsider? Yes, very important question it is. Why does Annie need to give a brief sketch about her family? So why she requires to give a brief sketch about her family? Does she treat Kitty as an insider or an outsider? So let us answer to first part of the question. So Annie feels it would be weird, it would be strange to just simply jot down facts, to just simply write down facts without giving her background. So in case someone might read it in future, she won't be able to understand the fact stated in the diary. Thus she decided to provide a brief sketch of her life. She treats Kitty as an insider. She considers Kitty her best friend. So she treats her diary Kitty as an insider, and it was her only true friend with whom she could share each and everything. Okay, so that's why she considered her diary an insider, and considering her diary her best friend, she started jotting down everything in her diary. Okay, so let us answer next question. How does Annie feel about her father, her grandmother, Mrs. Couperus and Mr. Keesing? What do these tell you about her? So, as you know, in her diary, she mentions that her father was the most lovable man, most adorable man one could ever come across. And also, she mentions that her father got married with her mother when he became 36, and he was waiting her mother to be 25. So all these incident uh, she describes. So according to her, her father was a very adorable person, very good person. Okay, so according to Annie, her father is the most lovable man one could ever come across. She loved and missed her grandmother more than she showed. She was on good terms with her teachers, and except the old Fozzie, Mr. Keesing, who taught her mathematics. The headmistress, Mrs. Cooperes, the headmistress, Mrs. Cooperes. So here we have to describe the relationship with three people. So how does Anne feel about her father, her grandmother? So her father, she considers him adorable person. Her grandmother, so she loved and missed her grandmother very much. And Mrs. Cooperes, as far as Mrs. Cooperes was concerned, so so the headmistress, Mrs. Cooperes, was her class teacher, and both were very close to each other. And as far as Mr. Keesing is concerned, so Mr. Keesing often punished Annie with extra assignments. Okay, he used to give her with the extra assignments as punishment for her talkative nature. So these indicate that Annie was uh, affectionate and a loving person. So that's why, so these things tells us that Annie was very affectionate and loving person. So that's why she used to love everyone's traits, and she describes everyone's traits beautifully. Okay, what does Annie write in her first essay? So when she was given the first essay as punishment, so what does she write? So in her essay, in her first essay, Annie mentions that she would try her best to minimize talking between lectures, but this is a trait she inherited from her mother, and it is difficult to eliminate an inherited trait. Also, her mother talks as much as she does, if not more. She also stressed that talking was a necessary quality for a good student. So, she compares herself with her mother. So, she mentions in her first essay that her mother was also talkative. So her mother was also used to talk as much as Annie talks. So thus she defends herself, and she also mentions that talking is a necessary quality for a student. So all these things she mentions in her first diary. Okay. Question number 6. Annie says teachers are most unpredictable. Is Mr. Keesing unpredictable? How? Annie says teachers are most unpredictable. Is Mr. Keesing unpredictable? So how? So Annie says teachers are most unpredictable. So yes, Mr. Keesing is an unpredictable person. He is angry with Annie for being talkative in class and gives her extra assignments as a punishment, but later he finds her essays to be humorous and amusing. So this brings a change in him and he accepts her arguments. So he develops a funny attitude too. So and starts, cracking jokes in the class. This change in Mr. Keesing's nature shows that he is unpredictable. So that's why Annie also, used one line for all the teachers, that teachers are the most unpredictable creature on the earth. Okay, so especially this statement can be proved by giving example of Mr. Keesing. Okay, so in this video I have discussed answers to till question number 6. In my next video I will discuss the rest questions and other exercises of this chapter. Okay, and after discussing answers to all the questions, I will discuss the grammatical part of this chapter. Okay students, so thank you for watching the video.